Get ready for a spooky adventure in a haunted house. There's a strange locked room hiding a big mystery. Come with me to explore the creepy secrets in the room of shadows. I'll encourage you to like, subscribe, and comment on the video. Share your thoughts or if you've experienced anything similar. Let's discuss it together. I didn't expect to find myself in such a scary situation. I was called to investigate a strange mystery. The victim was a very important politician in our city, and he was found dead in a locked room. What's even scarier is that there was no way anyone could get in or out of that room. I went to the scene and saw the big old mansion where this room was. It looked creepy with vines on the walls, and the local police officers were frightened. One of the police officers told me, "Detective, you won't believe what we found inside." I nodded, trying to hide my fear, and went inside. The room was at the end of a dark hallway on the top floor. It was so cold, and I felt something was wrong. When I got to the room, it was terrifying. The door was locked from the inside, and there were no windows. The room was empty, except for a desk, and the politician's dead body was on the floor. His eyes were wide open in fear. I couldn't understand how this could happen. There was no sign that someone forced their way in, and the room was completely sealed. It was like something impossible had occurred, and the room had become a scary prison. I noticed strange symbols on the floor that I couldn't understand. They looked old and evil, making the room even scarier. I felt like something dark had happened in that room, and the politician was a victim. The more I investigated, the more it felt like I was in a bad dream. We questioned everyone who had access to the mansion, but no one had an explanation. People were scared and talked about curses and dark rituals. I always felt like I was being watched in that room. At night, it felt like the room came alive with strange noises, whispers, and footsteps. It was as if the mansion itself was trying to drive me crazy. Weeks passed, and the mystery got scarier. I couldn't sleep, and the image of the politician's terrified face haunted me. I had to find a logical reason for what happened, but the more I looked, the more it didn't make sense. In the end, I had to give up and leave the mansion, but the mystery stayed with me. I couldn't escape the feeling that something beyond my understanding was at play. One night, I heard a ghostly whisper that drew me back to the mansion. I had to confront the evil forces in that room. The room was still scary, and I couldn't escape. It turned out to be a portal to another dimension, a place where reality was twisted. I was trapped, and there was no way back. The room started to fall apart, and I was pulled into darkness. I had gone too far into the unknown, and it took me. The room with no way in or out remained a mystery. And I hope you never face the horrors I did. Be careful of what you don't understand. In that strange, dark place, I felt like I was losing myself. The room crumbled around me, and I was swallowed by a swirling black void. There was no escape, no way back to the world I knew. It was like a nightmare come to life. As I tumbled through the darkness, I could see haunting visions and hear eerie whispers. It was as if I had entered a realm where reality itself had fractured, and I was caught in the shattered pieces. I couldn't make sense of anything, and terror consumed me. But then, in the midst of the chaos, a glimmer of hope appeared. A faint, distant light pierced through the darkness, and I reached for it. With every bit of strength I had left, I swam towards that light, hoping it would lead me to safety. As I drew closer to the light, I could feel a strange force pulling me, tugging me back into the world I knew. It was a fierce struggle, but I managed to break free from the dark abyss and emerged back into the room with the eerie symbols on the floor. I was gasping for breath, my heart pounding, but I was alive. I realized that I had somehow escaped the clutches of that otherworldly dimension, and I was back in the cursed room. It was a surreal and terrifying experience, but I was no longer trapped. I stumbled out of the room and slammed the door behind me, sealing off the horrors that lay within. I knew I could never return there, for the room held secrets that should remain hidden. I had faced the unknown, and it had left its mark on me. The mansion, now even more foreboding, stood as a grim reminder of the terrors that lurked within. I left that place behind, vowing to forget the horrors I had witnessed. The locked room remained an unsolved mystery, a dark enigma that would never be fully understood. And so, I share this tale as a cautionary story. Beware the mysteries that defy explanation, for they may lead you to places of unimaginable horror. The room with no apparent entry or exit points is a chilling reminder that there are forces in the world that we should never seek to understand.